hello everybody, and welcome to Wednesday's Night Madness. We're playing some Mechwarrior 5, continuing on where we left off. I have the Theniteowl here with us, but we're currently having some modding compatibility, so I'm going to run this next mission solo, and hopefully this is going to reset the mission, so I'll invite him after it, so we'll see how this all works. Not sure how it's going to work, but we'll see. Resting. So we need other pilots here.
Let's go. Payday. Diagnostics are green.
There we go.
Good to go, Commander.
Let's see, what should I bring? I'll probably bring an awesome, because it's just simply awesome. Bring the Battle Master. One of the Orions, and something to 90 tons, huh? The Highlander's out of work, so... Well, we'll bring another Orion. We'll call that good. I am alive, hooray! Von Falkenstein. Yeah, so I can go ahead and I can invite you. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna invite you. Like I said, I'm gonna try this mission first solo and see if that resets everything. Starts in 49 days. Oh. I guess I could have waited. How about this? Bring the Highlander. Give him the awesome. Give him the... There you go. "49 days, huh? Then I'm gonna put Coyote back in the saddle. Well, is there anything else I should refit while I have 49 days? This one's pretty pimped out. This one... Pulse laser, huh? There you go. Do I have a better AC-10? Sure, we'll give him the burst fire. There we go. That's a significantly needed upgrade. Does this have any bigger ERP PCs? I don't think so. Yep, to wrestle me hog. Alright, that's probably good. Go ahead and advance some time. And we'll launch. Yeah, it's a bunch of new stuff. Yeah, Space IKEA.
The Crater Cobras have provided us with the location of a series of powerful ECM arrays. that have been disrupting long-range comms across
Well,
the
you don't
entire
say.
solar system. If we destroy enough arrays within the region, we should be able to pierce the localized disruption field and get a message out to the system's jump point. We need to destroy these
Jump jet.
ECM arrays in order to have any hope of getting a message off-world. If we don't succeed, well, we'll all most likely die here, Commander.
Well, of course. Try again.
Lovely. No pressure at all for the likes of us, eh?
Know
I
what?
know it's hard to hear, but it's the simple truth.
This is a part of the Kestrel Lancers, so I'm doing the Kestrel Lancers while I am
It's a simple numbers game.
basically waiting for the Rosselhog to pop, because I didn't like my mech choice with the game without, because jumping right into the DLC, it gives you a bunch of mechs that it wants you to use, and I was not happy with them, so basically I restarted the game at like 30:15, and I've been working my way up to the DLC. And I figured we might as well run through the Kestrel Lancers, since, because why not?
So good luck, Commander.
But basically, the idea is to finish up the Kestrel Lancers here, and then the Rosselhog should pop. Correct, yeah. I really wanted my own builds. Plus, I have all these beautiful mods. Which is really what I wanted to work with. Because I've run a bunch of vanilla, but I haven't done a whole bunch of mods yet on stream. Alright, well, what we're really looking for is something to break. Oops, wrong missile group. Alright, that's one down.
That was a transmission on the AFFC's command line. The first one since we've arrived at Sonar. I can't make out anything in it, but destroying the other ECM towers might allow us to hear the broadcast. Keep
Well,
it,
yeah,
Commander.
that's kind of the point, isn't it? Goodbye, sweet prince.
Destroyed. Group target received. Yeah.
Looks like it, Igor. Ah, that poor little guy. He had died for nothing.
Wilco, focusing fire.
Okay, anything else here?
Damn it. Commander, the ECM disruption is weakening, but Mechwarrior is encircling our forces while you're attacking the ECM installation.
Alright, let's get this far one.
Have the numbers to fight through them.
Then we're gonna work our way into that city,
So we can find a gap in their lines. We fought too
because
long
that's just a pain in the
to be
ass.
our end. Getting into
Come on, buddies, let's go. Up, 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 up. Ah, dragon. Good night, sweet prince. I almost felt bad for that Locust, you know. True, but I wanted to start at, oh, graphical errors. I wanted to start at 3015. I wanted some years to build up and get some different mechs. Because this game has a way of getting ahead of you in stuff. That is just rude, Igor. I didn't want to waste the shot, but... You left me with little choice. I kind of feel bad. Kinda. Not really. I guess I'm just making things up again.
The message is getting clearer, but we still can't make out any discernible information. We need to...
The message is pretty much, no sir, this is a Wendy's.
Commander, our tactical projections are not good. The only way we can break through Mechwarrion's forces is if we abandon our wounded. That is not something I'm willing to do. We're preparing to make our last stand. Finish the mission, Commander. Then get as far away from us as possible. Regroup with Captain Damu. Get a message back to Davy in command. Survive.
Survive.
I'm sorry we couldn't do more.
It's okay. It's the part of the job that all of us mercenaries must accept at some point.
That's right.
Today, it's just my time. Pulling in behind you.
It's my time for this 37th succession war. I've seen them all. Poor guy. Oh, why, hello. Face to fist style, how do you like it? Oh, of course, they hide it here. Let me just step on you. Don't mind me. Huh. Ooh. That was big. Good night, sweet prince. I hope you like that. Yeah, I took out his cockpit if you weren't paying attention.
Follow the commander.
Boop, 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 boop. There we go.
Calling all surviving forces of the Federated Suns.
Up,
We have
up,
restarted
and away.
to reinforce on your position. Is anyone out there? Please respond. Again, this is Arlen Sortek.
Please respond, Commander.
Colonel Sortek.
I can't hear you over the clapping of my ass cheeks.
My God, is it good to hear your voice? The Crater Cobras and the Screaming Eagles are pinned down 50 clicks
I am
east
sipping
of the
on
city
an
of
absolutely
Theniteowl.
wonderful peanut butter whiskey.
We
So good.
estimate that the Big Mac will have us completely surrounded in 3 hours. Transmitting exact coordinates now. Coordinates received.
Up,
Preparing
up,
orbital
and
vector.
away.
Position. Hold fast, Colonel. Help is here.
This
Ow.
is Captain Alana Damu with the survivors of the 5th Certus Fusiliers.
Damu!
Left, but we are moving to assist. ETA 2 hours.
Looks like our salvation is here, Commander. I've marked a new exfil site on your map. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, it couldn't have been farther. Thanks a lot, Campbell. Remember, try not to walk with rhythm. Let's take out this pesky tree. Haha!
I'm fat. Big bone. Walking isn't healthy for me.
But I try. But I try. Alright, alright. Jump! Can I do it? Oh, wait. Oh. You've been grounded, mister! Yay, money! Well, I need that countermeasure. Might as well take that assassin since it's worth money.
And I like money.
Um, probably some catapult salvage. We'll claim that. All right. So now that I've finished that mission, I can go ahead and invite some people in to the game. 1 second. Let me figure out how to set up a multiple call real quick. It's been a while. No worries, no worries. Sure. Capellans don't have trees. Absolutely, they might. One second. Yeah, I'm working on getting a call built so I can call multiple people. I haven't really done this much, so this is the first time doing it, which is fun.
Yeah, it's always fun the first time you try it.
There you go, I figured it out. I called Falkenstein.
Indeed.
which he is now here with us, so he should be able to hear us now.
A little quiet there, but I can hear you.
We got audio. You're a little quiet, sir.
Sorry, I'm quiet.
Little quiet. Zoomberg has just rated the channel 6 viewers. Excellent. Thank you, gentlemen. You are in...
Oh yeah, it was only at 50% for what? It only was at 50% for whatever reasons. Can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah.
Much better, yes.
Ah, great.
Loud and clear.
Excellent. Okay, so I invited you both to the game. Yes. Death to the Capellans. Yes. Welcome, Raiders. Alright, so now can you guys see stuff?
No.
What do you mean with C stuff?
So, when you join in there, you should be able to see like the missions tab and all that other things, because the Theniteowl is having issues with it.
Yeah, I do have problems too. I can't tap for whatever reasons.
Huh.
Oh, it does take a... if you walk over to the consoles in the hangar and look at one and then hit E, it should take you into the menu the first time.
It took me.
For whatever reason, the first time tab doesn't work right.
Yeah. Strange things happening here.
Yes. We're having some interesting problems. Yes.
I come back in a few minutes, probably because my mod pack is not up to date, because I get all kinds of stupid bugs here. So, be back in 2 minutes.
Okay. Alright, so how about you, the Theniteowl? How's everything looking now?
I am unfortunately still having the same issues we were having the first time round.
Ugh, well, that's a load of bollocks.
Yeah.
And you have all the DLCs, correct?
Yeah, I've got all the DLC. I've got the mod pack, the version that had been shared in the auxiliary.
Okay.
It should all be... I mean, we ran through the list before when we were trying to figure this out.
Yeah.
And it all seems like it's correct. And I was even able to go into my single-player game, and that was working fine.
Interesting. So I wonder if it's something on my end then.
It could be, or it could be something with co-op.
That's true as well.
Because I have to imagine at least a couple of these mods were probably not made with co-op in mind.
Probably, but we were able to get them to work.
Yeah.
Which is why I
Yes,
find
just-
it funny.
Yeah, I'm not sure why. It's just putting like placeholder text everywhere. Current date
Yeah,
is
I had
8.
the same problem.
The
Max
news
didn't show
ticker.
up. It showed me that you had 0 money, and the map wasn't there, and all the strange things. That's why I'm thinking it may be the mod pack.
Got it. It might be
which
on
I
my
haven't
end.
Updated.
Well, I haven't updated mine since it came out weeks ago now, since we last played at least, so.
The thing was, when I started tonight the game, it didn't update, a short one. So, don't know, maybe something broke there.
It could be something has broken, yeah. Well, that's always no fun.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Well,
So,
what
that's...
we can do is at some other point we can mess around with it, but you guys are more than welcome to hang out and chat and watch along if you'd like.
Sure.
Yeah.
Since it seems
If
like
you
the
don't
game...
mind.
Yeah, I don't mind. It seems like the game just doesn't want to cooperate. And maybe you know, I can mess around with mod packs at another point.
Yeah, someday
Alright, just
we'll.
let me start the game real quick and we try again.
Sure. Yeah,
I
I'll,
didn't know.
yeah. No, we'll go ahead and I'll give you a couple more minutes here.
Yeah, shouldn't be no more than a single one.
Yep. No worries.
Yeah, because I can see on stream you're able to
M2
go into
SSDs
the,
for the win.
into the
damn it.
briefing and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And like I could walk around your mech bay and look at everything and see all the very pretty paint jobs you've got and all that.
The thing is, we didn't have the problem yet last week.
That is
and
true.
That's baffling.
Yeah. It's kind of weird.
So I'm in the game again.
Okay.
And if you didn't change your mods, then I don't know.
All right.
Could be the small update they made over the week. I don't know.
It could be. It could be something has broken on their end.
Yeah.
Oh, you've got the animated skin on there.
Ah, yes, on the Highlander.
So yeah, basically still the same problems here.
Okay. Well then, I guess we'll have to try again at some other time and mess around with the mod packs. And that's what happens when you play with mods, and that's usually why I always run vanilla. Is mainly because of just stuff like this
Yeah.
can happen.
A bit sad.
One thing I've heard is he needs to clear the slot before he rejoins. Yeah, but the thing is the Theniteowl was having the same issue, and we had actually both exited out of the game and then restarted a new one. So I think it's something on my end. It must be. So unfortunate.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, this
bit
is why
unfortunate, right?
this is why testing is, well, never done.
Yes, exactly. No, you're absolutely right.
Well,
Oh,
yeah.
well.
Since we can't join you on the mission, it's
Yeah, it's a little silly
sad to
for us
see,
to-
but
Well,
Oh,
we
well.
had tried, gentlemen, but there will always be next time, I promise.
Indeed.
yeah, no problem.
Yeah, we'll have to go through there and check that all the mods are the correct version and everything. I don't know.
Yep. I guess I should have done that before, but unfortunately, that didn't happen.
As I said, it doesn't make sense since I didn't change my mods since last week, and that didn't work too. So
Correct.
I don't think it has to do with the mods. It has to do with the game.
It must be
Because that's the only thing that really changed with the short updated it role for me.
yeah, same here. I haven't done anything with the game since we played, so it must be something along those lines.
Yeah.
Yeah, I blame
very
Max
strange.
Liao.
Oh,
I mean,
of course.
always play
No,
Max Liao. Never doubt that.
I blame his daughter. Oh, what's her name again?
Oh, Kelly.
No, that's his granddaughter.
Oh, right.
Romano. Romano
Yes,
is the
yes.
which
Like Ray Romano?
Max.
Well, it's pronounced
no,
the same way.
His other. No, it's not the elder daughter.
It's
Hamlet's
the younger
elder
daughter.
isn't it? And Romano is the younger daughter.
Yeah. Romana was the younger of the two.
Yeah.
See, I just
And she was as batshit crazy as her father.
yeah, I just choose to ignore all the Lao misinformation campaigns. So they're all just they're just a bunch of Capellans to me.
Yeah.
I mean,
But then
you're
there
not
was
wrong.
one Lao that was even worse than those two, and that's Kali. Gosh.
Yeah.
We don't we don't get much of her, but the things we hear or
Well,
read from her is
Mostly because
mind-blowingly
she
stupid.
mostly because she kind of spent a lot of time in jail and then got assassinated after she ordered some terrorist attacks.
Yeah, jerk. Who
Yeah.
goes and gets themselves assassinated?
Liao's.
Exactly.
Forces will be relentless.
How dare they?
There's no telling when the Davion heavy guys will make it to the field. So we need to support
Squid
mean,
Child?
Can you blame the kid? She did only want to help her little brother.
I mean, you can always
Squid
He
Child?
blame
didn't
them.
appreciate it.
I mean, it's not necessarily their fault, but you can blame them.
I would always blame her. As I said, she was really batshit crazy.
Yeah.
And I don't blame on Sue for imprisoning her and then probably ordering her assassination. We don't really know.
I mean, we know, but we don't know.
We don't officially know, but
I mean,
it's not like
they're Capellans.
there's
That's all
much
you
doubt.
really need to know.
Yeah, but that's right.
They're Capellans. Just shoot them.
Yeah.
Though I have to say, Sun Tzu was pretty decent.
Well, I mean,
was
he did.
also not a bad ruler in all things considered. He just, grew up in this.
I mean,
in
there
the
was
wrong, environment.
several wars. He did start a couple of wars.
He just had the unfortunate misfortune of just being born Capellan.
Yeah, that's right, and fed all the stupid propaganda, especially through his mother and his grandfather. Especially his mother. Oh wow.
Ooh, nice shot.
Yeah.
And
Of course, I have no
can't really
idea.
blame him to
I'm actually
try to
saying
get
that
his
right now.
his country back together. So
Well, I mean, I kind of can because he was abusing his position as First Lord of the Star League to do it.
yeah, he did. But let's be honest, most people would have.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. And that's why
Or at least most people
rulers of the Inner Sphere are kind of evil.
before the clan invasion would have. So, and you can be sure Katerina would have done the same if she was made first lady.
Of course.
Oh yeah. No, I mean that was
just on a much larger scale.
I mean,
Because she was.
you just have a moral imperative to be that way.
I don't know. There was a really brief period when the Inner Sphere did have like 3 decent rulers who weren't just trying to be horrible. But,
Yeah.
We don't talk about that.
And then Catherine happens.
Yeah.
And the bullshit she tried to pull after she exiled herself at the Wolves. Oh wow.
Oh, and then there was all the bullshit she did actually pull once she was
Yeah.
exiled with the wolves.
Like
And we're still-
impregnating herself with her own
Yeah.
her own genetic material of her brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wincest is what we call that in the Inner Sphere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Her creepy incest baby, who is now the Ilkhan.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she also. I don't really remember correctly if she also tried to splice some other true wolf warrior in it, or if it was
This-
just
Supposedly, she at least claimed that she was using Vlad Ward's DNA,
Huh. Yeah.
but that may have just been a cover for the fact that she was actually using her brother's.
Yeah.
It's a
Classic.
little unclear.
I mean, poor Victor. He never met his children until they were adults.
Yeah.
Both of them. So, well,
Well, that is unfortunately kind of a thing that happens with a lot of, uh,
Bastards.
well, it's a little harsh to say that about at least one of them.
Yeah.
One of them, yes. The other one was basically a love child, but kept secret from all of them.
Well, that's because that's what House Karita does.
Yeah. Hide their stricken love
And
child.
it's also what his girlfriend wanted to be, so... yeah, well.
Well, it's also, they couldn't officially be married to begin with, because it would
After he wasn't the ruler of the Fetsons anymore, they could have.
it still would have triggered a
Yeah,
civil war.
probably. Yeah, it would have triggered a civil war with the Black Dragons and all the other stupid factions.
Well, the Karita would have, the Combine would have problems with the remaining hardliners, like the Black Dragon Society and their
Yeah.
successors. The
Yeah.
Fedsons would have had problems with the Draconis March.
Hmm.
Probably, yes, though he... yeah. Probably.
I could see that.
I just wanted the guy to be happy. And yeah, he never... Well, he got happy with ISIS. So... at least
Yeah,
those
kind of.
children God damn it, he saw growing up.
I mean, he did at least get to enjoy gardening for a little while. There was that.
Ah, that too, yeah.
What is this thing? Look at this.
Oh, that is insane.
The
Oh
crap
no!
is
Oh
that?
no! That's a Dark Age design.
Yeah.
Okay. I won't buy
That
it.
has
Yeah, I
to
see.
be-
Yeah, I'm looking at all the C's. I'm like, oh, that's Clan Tech. It's no, can't buy that. It's too soon.
First of all, yeah, that, and
Yeah,
it's
that's
definitely a Dark Age Mac. It's...
well. I mean, look at
even
the
have the
look
book
at the,
where it
look at the
first
nipple
appeared.
guns. Look at the nipple guns. They had that weird, stupid heat vein thingy that WizKids stuck everywhere for no good reason.
Yeah. I mean, the books were kind
book-
of decent. They were
Yeah,
at least
well, because
written.
they kept the good writers on, and they
Yeah.
got some other good writers as like a new generation.
Yeah.
It was the meta plot and the
background
attempt to
was
make it that whole
garbage.
yeah,
It happens.
and also just the design language that they came up for the Clicks game was just
awful.
yeah.
I never played the Clicks version, and I keep myself off of it.
I did briefly for like the first one or two releases that they did, and it just got really dumb. And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna keep throwing money away on basically ugly capsule toys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially when like they
It
keep
was with kids
screwing
that tried
screwing
to.
with rules.
Yeah, the jerks.
They just tried to shove their proprietary game system into everything they got their hands on, and yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was also just a very strange era when like tabletop gaming was starting to sort of become a bit more mainstream. And so, like, all of a sudden, collectible games were like a thing that you could actually do as a business practice.
Yeah.
A Kieran unit nicknamed the Harvesters. Okay,
I mean,
okay,
the
yeah,
clicks,
I can see that.
the click system, at its heart, is kind of clever. It's just
I don't know. I never tried it, so.
it's more the rule system that they built around it. Was initially okay, but because of the business model that goes into those collectible games, where you need to constantly be replacing, putting out a new series of models.
Yeah.
It just instead of being like, okay, we can sit back, take our time, and think through if we really need to tweak something and do a bunch of playtesting. It's the business side going, no, we need more money now.
Ah, yeah.
And that ends up sort of leading the game's development instead of what the player base wants and whether or not it improves the game. And it just
Pretty much everything Games Workshop did since the early 2000s.
Yeah, good old Games Workshop and their shenanigans.
Gosh.
yeah. I mean, GW at least wasn't as bad in the early 2000s.
Yeah, they were good, but
I mean,
it got progressively worse.
Yes. I mean, when they went to 4th edition 40K was really kind of the tipping point there.
Oh yeah. I think I still have the Chaos Codex for that lying around somewhere here. It was
Yeah,
such a beautiful thing.
I should still have my 2nd, 3rd, and 4th Ed Guard codexes somewhere.
Hmm.
And the 3rd and 4th Ed Space Wolves.
Yeah.
But by the time that was happening, I was much more interested in the stuff from the Specialist Games lines, which was almost exactly when they discontinued all of that, and I was like, oh well, you kind of killed off all the fun stuff.
I could never get into these because I started too late on it.
Yeah.
So when I got aware of the Specialist games, they were already shut down.
Oh yeah.
Kinda sad.
I had the advantage of having one of the actual Games Workshop stores relatively close to where I went to school, so it was like every afternoon after I get out of school, I just walk over there and I hang out, paint some miniatures, play a couple games.
Yeah, probably would have done the same
And
if I had the opportunity, but nah. I just
at that age and that time,
it
was
It was what it was.
And the sad thing is, we had a really good store near where I live now, but then the owner died tragically from I think a heart attack.
Dang.
Pretty early in his life, and the new the ones who got then the who took it over from him, they were not as interested in the game as him before, and it went downwards. Just where I live right now, pretty fast, even without the help of GW itself. I was a bit sad.
Yeah, I mean, especially for games like that, having a good environment and a local game store where you've got a good player base is really important.
I have to say, the old owner, he was more into building the battlefields instead of playing, and he did beautiful dioramas. We had
that really does make
at least I was told one of his dioramas was even awarded at a convention for being the best one.
That's cool.
It was a dwarven fortress or something like that. Real big thing with battle lines and etc.
Oh, neat.
It looked fantastic.
Yeah, one of the guys that worked at the Games Workshop store that I used to go to, like routinely competed in the various painting and building contests, and he was known for doing some really, really impressive scratch built like armored vehicles.
Hmm.
And so and he had been doing it since back in the days when like they were building hover tank rules for Space Marines that were made out of like deodorant bottles.
Interesting.
Did you actually ever notice that? That was one of the very first like custom vehicle how to design a vehicle rules was actually
No,
one of
no.
the guys that worked there did a photo demonstration of like, yeah, here's how to take an old deodorant bottle and turn it into a hover tank.
No,
And they actually photographed it and published it in their magazine, and they had it in one of the rule books.
Well, I never really got into the White Dwarfs. To be fair, I could ask a friend of mine. He has a lot of White Dwarfs, so maybe I can find it there.
I probably still have a couple of cardboard boxes filled with them from like 20 years ago.
Nice.
Because
Well,
back
I mean,
around
would be
2000,
easy to...
the guys that wrote for that like really cared about the game and really wanted to make it entertaining.
Yeah.
And at a certain point, it became more about advertising the product and less about having how to have fun with the game and the setting.
Which is always sad.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd say it could be no problem to get all these old White Dwarfs if GW would even care, because they just could publish them on their Warhammer Plus service. But they don't.
Yeah.
They're stupid.
It's really kind of weird how much stuff they could be doing. I mean, that's one of the things I really like about Catalyst now is how much work they've put into trying to re-release all of the archive stuff.
Yeah.
It is nice.
It's...
Like, there's some bits that obviously they're gonna have a bit of difficulty with because George Lucas would try to sue them again or something, but
no, he cannot
Not
anymore.
really.
He doesn't.
oh
own
yeah,
the
now
IP.
it would be Disney.
And you don't know if Disney even cares.
They care.
They would because it's a trademark issue, so they have to care. Because if you don't police trademark,
Yeah, it could be.
Good old Disney World.
yeah. But that's why it's called BattleTech instead of Battle Droids.
Yeah,
Very true.
which was a stupid lawsuit to begin with, but yeah.
I mean, I don't think it ever really got to the point of being like an actual.
No,
lawsuit.
it didn't go to, because they said,
was
yeah,
just-
we don't care, we just rename it.
Yeah.
It
It's
doesn't
like,
matter.
oh, if you really care that much, fine, we'll change the name. We don't.
You jerks, we'll do it.
I'm not
Speaking
even
of
sure.
GW products, you see the trailers for Blood Bowl 3?
No, not yet.
I have not seen the trailers. I have seen a few of the reviews, and it is looking unfortunate.
I'll save my reservations for when the game actually comes out. But,
Well, I think it's supposed to come out tomorrow.
Yeah,
oh, nice.
I think so too.
The thing is that like all of the testers and reviewers and people with the early access stuff are saying like, yeah, it's a little bit worrying that like the day before release they still don't have a bunch of these features working.
And that always is kind of worrisome at times, so.
I mean, we'll see what happens.
Oh.
To be fair, I'm more interested in Phantom Brigade. That comes out next Tuesday, I think.
Oh.
Which is kind of a mix between XCOM, Battlestar Galactica Deadlock, and BattleTech, basically.
Uh-huh.
That's a mix.
There's a demo on Steam. I played it. It's a bit fiddly to get a grip on it, but it's awesome. I think it's just it's an how can I say it? It's like a new wind in the turn-based tactical combat category of games.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, trust me. There's a bunch of games which I want to stream, which I just can't. So one is one of my favorites is the Pirates mod for old school XCOM. Man,
Oh.
that's so good. But it is.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's so naughty.
There is a safe for work version of it.
I refuse.
But yeah, that mod is great.
When a man
And
needs,
not because of the
yeah.
naughtiness, but because of the work they put into it.
yeah, I mean,
Awesome.
exactly. And you know, when someone needs some pixelated naughtiness, then it's a great game to have.
Yeah.
It doesn't
But
make
the
much
other
sense.
mods for it
But...
are also great.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like the
I tried the 40k mod. That's wow.
yeah, no,
The
it's
work they put
pretty
in
good.
there, where your difficulty provides you your factions. So you want to go easy, yeah, you get Space Marines. If you want to go very hard, you get Imperial Guard. And
Yep.
between there lies, I think, the Mechanicus and the Sororitas. And yes, playing as Imperial Guard is really, really hard. Especially if you encounter some Chaos Space Marines at your first battle. And they wipe out nearly all your team with ease.
I mean,
Yep.
that's typically what happens to Imperial Guard.
Granted, yes. I think at the end of the battle, I had one Imperial Guard still standing and one of the 2 tanks I took with me. Well, tanks, not really, vehicles. I
Yeah.
don't really remember which vehicles it was. But yeah, going in with 15 guards and 2 tanks and only come out with one of each is
Rough.
Rough. Is
To say the
right
least.
word. But it's fun.
Oh yeah, no, it's a great game.
What they did with OpenXE is just astonishing.
I wholeheartedly agree. It's there's just a lot of really good old school mods, and
Yeah, I just wish they had something similar for Apocalypse, which
that
is
would be
kind of
nice.
still my favorite of the XCOM games. For no particular reason, but it just clicked with me at that time.
I'm trying to remember the name of the one that I really enjoyed. It was years ago, but they had one that was set in like the 1950s.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
XCOM
that's the
Unit
Bureau.
Declassified.
Yes, the Bureau.
Yeah,
The Bureau.
it was okay, bit fiddly time to time.
Yeah, I
I
mean
think.
the gameplay was a bit fiddly, but I really liked the writing and the story that they did.
Yeah, I think it's
I really
a
enjoyed it.
pretty good backstory for all the XCOM games, I think. It doesn't make sense from time to time, but it was a pretty good sequel, I'd say.
Makes sense to Mike Thompson.
Scepter, enjoy some repellent tactical underoos there.
Oh, nice. 1,470th. Nice. That'll teach them for showing up and having fun.
Yeah, take that. You people coming here, enjoying content,
How dare.
chatting with people.
How dare
Exactly.
they? I think I had got some lying around here too. Here, have it.
Hey, I think we've got a first-time chat too.
Oh, hot damn, yeah. 5C3P7R3. Thank you for the first time chat. Trying to cool down this mech, but it's being fiddly.
Oh yeah, the 5S can be a little funky that way.
Well, it's the 5ST. It's a variant here.
Oh, a variant of a variant.
What's the difference?
This one is a
it's
hero mech.
Hero one.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, this
okay,
is not a
it's
hero one.
version. Okay.
I think also they added in the targeting computer. I don't remember if the 5S normally has one. I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either.
It's dangerous to put all these double heat sinks in the arms, but
Yeah, they don't give you a lot of other places to put it.
yep.
No, unless you have the pirate versions.
I do have some, but they're in the feet.
Yeah, I thought.
Oh yeah. I mean, you could probably.
Which is funny that the pirate heat sinks are much better than the standard ones.
I think it's just to add some flavor to the game is all.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a bit strange. I'd say.
I don't disagree, but like I said, it adds some fun flavor, which I like.
Especially if the single pirate heatsink is better than the standard double heatsink.
Yeah, but they're expensive and rare, so
They are
Yeah.
expensive and rare, yeah, that's true.
like I said, that right there makes it fun.
Yeah.
I think actually, in some ways, I enjoyed that stuff a bit more than the like official PGI pirate mech designs.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Some of those
I
designs.
mean, what I like about the PGI games is the mechs look great.
Oh yeah, no, the models are fantastic, which is why
They did a banger job there.
yeah, the modeling is
But the
great.
games themselves, I mean, it's fun enough to do your stomping, but they don't really know how to write or have a good
Yeah.
writing stuff.
You know, honestly though,
the-
half the fun is
And
just
the mission
stomping on their
design
own.
the mission design is so bland.
Yeah,
It's-
the auto-generated missions are a little
Wonky, to say the
Yeah.
least.
yeah.
The vanilla
well, especially if you've
story
been playing
missions
it.
were also not very good. It got better with the hero mech missions in Heroes, and the Castro and the Razorhawk missions are also quite good.
Yeah, the DLC story missions are pretty solid for the most part.
And then again, if I read it correctly, those were done by a different team, so it kind of explains a lot. I'd say.
I'm trying. There was one that I remember being particularly bad in. Forget which DLC it was, but the one where the Capellans hire you to deal with a cult leader.
I'm not sure if I played that one
Sounds familiar.
yet.
But it like the final mission where you have to confront them, they have you fighting through this really super narrow little
Oh,
canyon
Now I
hallway
remember, yeah.
kind of
Oh yeah,
thing.
yeah. I know what you're talking about.
And the thing that made it really difficult was the first couple times I played through it, somehow I managed to trigger the boss fight early, so the boss came down to meet me
uh-huh.
instead of being in the big arena where it was supposed to take place.
Classic.
And that path you were on was so narrow that my lance mates couldn't get past me.
Oops.
Okay.
So my lance mates are all shooting me in the back, trying to hit the enemy.
The boss, yeah.
And I'm taking the fire of the boss and all of her buddies who are able to arc missiles over her. And she's like, oh, well, I'm just dying now.
Okay, then that's a different mission that I remember. I remember one of the missions where you go to a similar narrow canyon. Not much of opposition there, but then you reach a crest, and you come up, and there are 4 or 5 assault mechs waiting for you.
Oh yeah, I think that's the one I'm talking about.
Oh, that's the okay. Yeah, I played it.
I mean, it sounds
with a friend of mine,
very similar.
and it was bonkers. I mean, granted,
Yeah.
we were in assault mechs. We all were in assault mechs too. But you come up on the crest. The first thing you see is a Marauder 2.
Yeah.
And then you look around. There's a Highlander, an Atlas, an Awesome, and you just bam.
So
Get the fire of all. The first who gets up gets the fire of all 5.
nice. Yeah. So in this mission here, I'm gonna run the awesome with 3 particle kill cannons. So it's gonna be a little interesting on this guy.
Oh, that's that one the mods added that does like a area effect kind of thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lots of splash
Nice.
damage.
That's the funny thing. As I told in the chat before, I tried the advanced start, and I tried out starting in 3028, and I thought to myself, I know the game. I tick in better mechs, so I have more medium mechs instead of just lights, and because I have better mechs, so I take a little bit less money. So I start with 1.5 million instead of 3 millions. And I get into the game, I can look around, 70, difficulty 60, 70, what the frick?
Mistakes were
And then
made.
Yep.
Yeah, and I look at the store, oh great, the party killed PPC for 2.5 million. Great.
Yeah. Some of the weapons are like
was-
crazy expensive.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to find a nearby conflict zone that was only 40 or so that I could actually take on with my people. But the modders for the advanced start still have to figure things a bit out.
Yeah.
Cannot be that. It doesn't matter where. The thing is, it doesn't matter where you start. You get dropped into.
Is your lance
into
made
an
okay?
area.
Yeah, he has non-targeting armor. So
Oh, okay.
I gave him he's basically invisible. You can only target him through visuals.
Okay.
Which means that he's
That's
pretty much
kinda
immune
cool.
to any missiles except dummy fire missiles.
Uh,
It's because he has like a neuro or like nanophage armor or something like that. Or nullification armor is what it is. It's basically
He's got the null stealth, null signature stealth system or whatever it is.
Exactly. He's almost like that, and that's why I gave him that sword and everything, because he gets in close melee and no one can hit him because they're not targeting him, and they just they're like, how'd this Atlas get in front of us? We don't know. We never even censored him.
Lord
Yeah.
Grim has made a quad mech.
Oh god.
interesting.
Grimos and his strange quad mech.
Good old
He was
quads.
I've seen the mods for quad mechs. They look great.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen the quad mechs that people have modded in. Well, I mean, I've seen like renders and screenshots
I've seen
of them.
only the
I haven't
renders on
seen
the
them in
Nexus
the.
too, but they really look great. Especially what's the name? The 35 tonner.
35 tonner? Was that the Scorpion?
No, that's the 55 one.
I remember because there's the Tarantula, but that's
Rabbit?
25 tons.
No, or not the Tarantula, Ravager, I think. What's it called?
Huh.
I'm not entirely sure. Just a moment.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, that one is not
So
Yeah, these PPK PPCs are great for taking out bases because they do mass amounts of area effect damage.
yeah.
This system already contains a large number of cities with heavy immigrant populations from the Federation.
Yep.
Draconis Combine.
Revenant is it's called.
Oh, Revenant. Oh.
Which is why we need to level this facility
Ah, yes, the bear.
as possible, Commander. We're making progress, but still have a long
And
way
it
to
is
go.
30 ton, not a 35 ton.
The area is down to half
But that one really looks good.
This area is on its last legs, Commander. Just one final push, and then we can all go home.
Oh, okay, there it is.
Well, according to the
It's the
doesn't work in the game at
3075. Oh, it's a Blake thingy.
Ah, yes, Blake.
Yeah, Word of Blake light drone mech.
We've discovered that was merely a redundant
Manufactured on Terra.
to make sure the ability to launch was not repeated.
Quad battle mech drone.
The main relay station. We're going to have to act fast to stay ahead of this one.
The Lake Jihad thing, but let's see.
Jihad, jihad.
30 tons, 180 rated engine, endo steel chassis, standard armor, double heat sinks, does 96 kph, carries
Dang.
2 ER medium lasers, 2 medium pulse lasers, and 4 light machine guns. That is very much a protesters go away sort of mech.
Hippity hoppity, stay
Yeah.
off my property.
Yeah. Well, they needed it because they kind of invaded the whole inner sphere at once and suppressed all the populace there.
Well, I mean,
I don't know how they managed after after only 15 years of being capable even to arm up. But yeah, no, let's not talk about the jihad.
Let's not mention the
Yeah.
jihad. That time does not exist.
kind of anything after the 30s, 60s, it's safer to just say,
I mean, I like the idea that the nutcases try
oh yeah, no, there's some great
to
ideas.
overthrow everyone.
There's some great ideas in
but
there.
Weather conditions
But they
in the
should have
area
failed
restrict
after the
physical
initial
movement and
attacks.
have an effect on your sensors.
Night
no,
Monarch?
in law, they hold the whole inner sphere hostage for about 20 years. That doesn't make sense.
Night Monarch, not only have I seen the Yellow Jacket helicopter, I actually have about 8 of them sitting on my painting table.
Nice.
Took
Oh,
me
nice.
years to get a hold of them because for a while IWM had put them into their archive molds, but they finally started producing them again, and I was able to get them through a couple of hobby stores.
That's awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ironworks does still make mechs.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Good to know.
yeah.
I love
IWM
the
is
Ironworks models. I still have my Bloodasp and my Timberwolf somewhere around here. Great models.
Yeah, I need to get around to painting a bunch of mine. I've just been lazy.
yeah.
Oh, my mechs
Ooh,
are
Black Omega
all
9, thanks for the
unpainted
follow.
Because yeah,
Thanks, buddy.
First of all, I'm not a great painter,
We
and
believe this is
I'm
a
kind of
permanent
lazy
relay
too.
station needed to guide
I
the
understand.
strategic warhead for the peacemaker.
I'm okay. I'm good enough painter.
Will severely hamper Stan's ability to
I
Like,
mean,
I could do
my,
better,
I'm an
but
okay painter.
There's no time to
I
waste,
don't
Commander.
thin my paint as much as I should. So my painting suffers a little bit, and mostly I'm like happy with it to look good and not great.
I mean, that's the
I
important
mean,
thing.
I'm the
As long as you're
Warhammer
happy.
of painters, you know. I'm good enough.
Even my little 40k army I have is at best grounded.
Yeah, I
As
had
had the grounding, and
no one to play with in
I have
Alaska,
2
so
squads
I
that are
sold
actually
my
painted.
40k army.
I do have 2 squads that are actually painted, but those I traded in for some of the Dark Raven bikes you got with the 8th edition base box. Was it 8th edition? Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, I traded them in, and so I got at least 2 painted squads of Rubik Marines, but that's about it.
Not bad, not bad.
But everything else is just has grounding on it, and I could never got bothered by painting them further. I rather liked playing them, although I was pretty bad at it.
Yeah, I never really got the chance to field my 40k army because where I live, there just wasn't a whole lot of people to play with.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. I mean, I even bought like a fantasy army, a fantasy orc army, and a fantasy chaos army because I had a chaos 40k army, and I could, at that edition, I could transfer the demons over.
Oh right, yeah.
That's 7th edition, isn't it?
I don't remember. It's been
Where
so long.
demons and
I think
chaos
it
were still
was-
the same.
I think it
No,
was
7th edition where when the beastmen were part of chaos, I
Yeah.
think.
Yep, there were.
So demons must have been 6th edition then. I'm not entirely sure.
well, I know that at least when it was 40k 3rd ed and was it 6th ed fantasy? I think they were still being sold as just demons.
Yep.
Like, they didn't specify which system it was for because you could use them for either one.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah, because they are basically the same.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, they had the same stats and everything.
Still kinda are. I don't think there's much difference between the fantasy and the 40k demons still. Though they have added a few demons to 40k.
Yeah, they definitely have made.
Well, I
some
mean the
more
40k,
specific.
40k they had like the demon lords that were specifically 40k demon lords because they had like guns for arms and stuff. But,
Yes.
but then you also had the fantasy demon lords that had their own thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you could
Good old Sable.
say that's for fantasy demon lord. You could say, yeah, that's just a channel device for the force magic or something like that. So
Yeah.
I don't care.
Well, I mean they had one that I vaguely remember that it was supposed to be like a space marine that had been bulked up, but he still had like some bits of his power armor on, and then he just had a big sword. But you could still use that in fantasy because it's a big demon with a sword.
Yeah.
Sure, he's got some
And
funky
and
looking
then
armor,
came
but
Age of Sigmar, where we had space marines.
We don't talk about AOS.
I never played Age of Sigmar. When I heard about it,
That-
I just said no.
Yeah. When that's when I sold all my fantasy armies. Is when Age of Sigmar came out. Because one, it invalidated all my armies, and two, like
Kind of, yes.
I was just like, okay, well I don't have anyone to play with anyway, so like, well it doesn't matter. So I just got rid of them.
Yeah, we in my circuit we just ignored Age
Yeah.
of Sigmar.
I noticed at that point is
Gotta
when I
say,
stopped using.
the new
I stopped
models
buying
they produced were great.
Warhammer. I mean, yeah, the models look fantastic, but I no longer buy GW products because of it.
Yeah, for me it died with the Primaris Marines because that's such a stupid premise.
Yeah.
unfortunately these days I think it would probably be a little difficult for me to sell off most of my collection.
You'd be surprised, I bet.
Well, I mean,
Do you really want to, though?
well, it's not like I'm going to get back to playing it anytime soon, and it's just sort of sitting in boxes, filling up a closet. So, it's just one of those things. Of
Well, you
like, do
could
I
make a
really
display
want
of
to
it.
just?
Yeah, no,
Well,
I
it's
totally
more. I
understand.
have no idea if any of them are even remotely rules legal anymore. But I used to play Armored Company Guard, so I have a lot of the old tanks.
The extreme weather
Nice.
They should be still legal. You should just need to deploy them differently, I think.
I like I said, I haven't really kept up with what they've done to the rules
I
for
did not too.
over a
Oh.
decade, so I've got no idea.
So
I know I see people in the
yeah, another
in the
game
auxiliary
system.
showing
Yeah,
off their stuff.
another game system. If you like tabletop games and you like free and you like size and scalability up to you, I highly suggest looking up a free game which you can download called Full Thrust Cross Dimensions, which was made off of the system of Full Thrust. But basically, it allows you to build whatever genre of space fleet you want. So you can like make a 40k fleet and fight Star Wars ships thematically.
That sounds like a
Ships.
that sounds like a neat.
It's kind of like imagine.
rule set.
It's very good. Imagine like BattleTech rules, simpler, but it's great. It's like one of the best systems I've ever used. I have all the stuff. I have an Excel sheet so you can actually make the ships in like no time at all. Because otherwise
cool.
it takes about like 20 minutes to get all the math right on a ship. Whereas if you have the spreadsheet, you can just do it in like literally minutes. And yeah, I mean, I've made some insane builds. And I have all the books, so I can give them to people if they want. I've already given it to a few people who've mentioned they've expressed interest. But the great thing about it is they keep the size units. They keep it vague, so they say 1 unit of measurement, which can be meters, centimeters, inches. However much space you have to play with is pretty much how much you can do. So you can use like basically like small little pieces to represent your ships, or you can use full-size miniature pieces. And so if you use like inches, you're gonna want like two 8-foot tables put together to be able to have a good battlefield. If you use centimeters, you can use much smaller space, obviously.
Right.
That reminds me, have any of you tried the Catalyst game Leviathan?
I have not.
I have not. I've seen
The,
I've seen them promoting it, and I've seen some of the photos there. But
Yeah, I just tried it.
No,
out.
I'm
you dare.
hydrating. I'm drinking
Announced it
my
first, that
my peanut
was,
butter whiskey just
I
fine.
think 10 years ago or something like that. It's interesting. It's an airship battle game with but
yeah, they've got like the
not
flying
airships,
battleship
but
thing.
ships in the air, basically.
Yeah, it looks great.
So
Oh,
basically, First
We've
World
gotta-
War tech, mostly.
we gotta
or
check our postures.
Ugh.
Get a big stretch in.
Always good.
Sip that water.
I don't. My air quotes water.
And cheers.
Well, I specifically made sure to have a cup of Gatorade on hand.
Thank you, Grimos. Always appreciated. Too.
Thank you for keeping us healthy.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's true. And my posture is doing better. Vaguely.
I needed to pop my shoulders.
The only thing about Catalyst I don't like is what they did with Shadowrun. Oh god, Shadowrun 6th edition.
Oh,
Such...
I haven't
Oh.
really looked into it.
Yeah, I never really played any of the other editions, so I have no fight in that gambit.
I think the
Yeah,
last
we
time
played
I
a
really
lot of
looked at
4th
it.
edition and dabbled into 5th edition, which was actually pretty good. Then I don't know what they thought about in 6th edition. Sorry.
A PK is a particle kill cannon,
Grim.
so it is
feels a bit
essentially
like it, but-
an area effect PPC. It does a little less damage, but it spreads out and does like a blast.
It splashes.
Yeah, it splashes.
I need to get my hands on some of these myself.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get all of my engines back. When I first fired up the mod pack, it went and removed
Yeah.
all my engines. And,
Which is strange, because when they first released YAML,
yeah,
they checked, it was like that they checked which engines you should have in the Mac, and they put the engines in it. For some reason they can't get it on nowadays. Or maybe I'm confusing it with the similar mod that you had pre-Heroes, so pre-Steam release. There was a similar mod that did basically the same.
yeah, I don't know. Like the funny thing is, I even remember when I first fired it up, they had this like big text box show up at like, "Hey, we're replacing all your engines,
So Grim,
but they'll
a
be
lot of
fine."
these might be
And I'm like,
Yeah, I remember.
and then I go and
added
look, and it's
stuff
like,
that aren't
wait,
actually in the book,
you just took the engines out and put them
and
in
it
a
might
big
be
pile.
just fluff for the game.
I'm in the middle of a war zone, and you just gave me a pile of engines. And
Oh, so you still have the engines,
yeah, I still have the
but
engine.
not.
They're
but
in
not
the
in the mechs
inventory, but they're
themselves.
not installed
Ah.
in the mechs.
Yeah, and
So
the
I'm
cost of
now-
installing engines.
Yeah, so I'm now going through bit by bit, and there are a few other things that they changed that are causing some wonky weight issues with some of the designs I had.
I just start a fresh campaign when that happens.
Well, it's that this one is actually the start with an imported company, because my Kestrel Lancers playthrough, I got stupidly lucky early on, and I found like 3 Griffin 2Ns
Nice.
in the shops. And it's like,
Nice.
yeah, I'm not giving up my pile of Royal Battle Mechs that easily.
I wouldn't too.
I am
On the
I have had many good runs and many bad runs, so now I'm just I don't care anymore. It's like I'll throw whatever I have out there and call it good.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, it's,
I'm not much of a fan of the 55 tonners, at least in their base configurations. I think.
I mean,
they
I
are
also did
over-engined.
a fresh install of the or fresh run for the Razzlehague DLC, but
Makes sense. Yeah, I prefer the out of 55 tonners, the Kintaro. I give them all SRMs because I feel it's a better mech that way, and it's just not
Yeah.
great stock.
Yeah. No, what I don't like
Dimas,
about
let me
the
check that
design
for
of
you
the
real quick.
55 tonners is the big engines. It's
Yeah.
just all the 50 tonners are better as a fighting machine, basically, because it's just me. I don't like them. Especially I don't like the Shadowhawk. That's just, in my opinion, just a pile of junk.
I used to like the Shadowhawk a lot, and then as the more I played, the more I realized I did not like the Shadowhawk.
I mean, I understand why it is an iconic mech. It's one of the first mechs we ever meet
Yes.
within the BattleTech universe, with the Grey Death books. It's just the base mech is garbage.
Yeah, it's not great.
You have on the tabletop, you have one range where you can expect maybe all your weapons to hit, but then it's still not able to do enough damage to cause a tumble test.
Yeah, it's a great punch bot.
That's all it can do, basically.
Yeah, in my opinion.
In my own opinion, too, yeah. I mean, just the idea to have an LRM-5, which in and of itself is garbage, an SRM-2, which in and of itself is garbage, an AC-5, which is an okayish weapon, and a single medium laser.
Yep.
Medium laser is a good weapon if it comes in bundles. A single medium laser doesn't do much.
Yeah,
That's true.
I usually drop the AC5 in favor either I make it give it like an LRM 20 or I give it 2 SRM 6s.
Yeah, something like that.
Or not an LRM 20. I give it an LRM 15 and an LRM 5 because that's an LRM 20 minus 1 ton.
Yeah, that too. Other thing is you can do is just reduce the engine.
That's
Put the
true, yeah.
200 in, or more probably the 210. So it's not 5.8 but 4.6. And look at it, you have 4 tons extra to invest in the damn thing. So you can actually take a decent LRM or a decent SRM with you. Even if you constrict yourself with the already built-in weapons, in Mechwarrior with the built-in slots. I mean, I had a discussion with someone who was saying, yeah, but the Shadowhawk is a good command mech. It's meant to be a command mech for light lances, and I think to myself, no, there are still better mechs better suited for that task.
And it really can't keep pace with them.
It depends on which light mechs you have, yeah, but most light mechs still outrun that thing. And the just 3 jump jets don't, in my opinion, don't really give much of extra mobility either, so the only good thing about the mech is its decent armor. But
Yeah, its survivability is nice, especially early on.
yeah. But the armor is shared with basically everyone in that ton range. So I don't know. I don't like them.
So my first introduction to Shadowhawk was Mechwarrior back in like the 80s, and I liked it because it had SRMs and LRMs, and back then it didn't really differentiate between the two. Like they all just did their thing.
Yeah. I mean, in its base conception, it might have been a really good mech, but then they developed the rules, and it just got worse and worse because they had to fit the weapon systems they built in and just...
Thank you for the raid, Fiara.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Oh, Fiara, welcome. It's always glad to see you. You guys are always welcome. Some of my favorite folk.
Pony, sorry we tried to make it work, but there is some issues at the moment.
I think Fiora may have told them to ask us that.
So Fiara, I'm currently running a mod pack, which is on the auxiliary if people are interested. But like currently, it is giving us issues. So we tried, not for lack of wanting people, but just the game is just being stubborn.
Yeah, unfortunate. But that's why we're hanging out and keeping him company.
Yeah,
At least in voice chat.
because it gets a rid-o-ronery. A rid-o-ronery.
The enemy are deploying still more reinforcements, Commander.
Still more, huh?
Compatibility and network compatibility mods. Oh, that might be the one that we're missing.
Maybe, but like I said, we didn't do anything different from last time, which is what bugs me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Kind of odd. Something definitely broke or got borked. But anyway, I think you did just get ambushed by McCarran's armored cavalry a minute ago while we were greeting people.
I don't know. All I see is ruined mechs. It's hard to tell from these tusks.
That is one of the cool features that they added in
Dead
the
mechs?
Wrestle League. Extra dead mechs. But one of the features in the new DLC, even if you don't do the story missions, is that now other canon mercenary companies will be operating in various areas. And there is a chance every time you drop on a mission that either a lance of them will be hired to help you, or a lance of them will take offense that you are working in their territory.
Boom, headshot. That poor king
Nice.
crab.
Yeah, and that was the boss too. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, is that the crazy one with like the
Yes.
rotary AC5s?
Yeah, the one I just head tap.
Yeah, the one.
It's gone.
Yeah. I mean, that's the way to do it. Usually, when I attempt this, I'm running around in a Night Star, and double Gauss rifles to the cockpit make short work of things.
Oh yeah.
I have to admit, I'm very bad at hitting cockpits in this game.
I can hit, if I can see the mech, I can hit the cockpit. Especially with
Yeah, I
double
don't
gooses.
know what I'm doing wrong with it. So.
Ooh, that is rough, Yara. That is rough. 3 light mechs versus a Highlander 732 is
Yeah.
not a recipe for fun.
So here's one thing I like about this mod pack is I can overpay. Since I want these UAC 5s and this, I can select these and I can just pay money for them. I want that.
Well, you barely have the money for it.
Well, I do. I have like 40 million, or like I have a bunch. I've been getting a lot of money.
Yeah, but you just paid about 40 million for upgrades on the max, so.
I've been running missions too. So like, here's another one. It's like this Marauder 2. Hell yeah, I want this.
I mean, the mech parts are surprisingly cheap. So.
Well, because they're just
It
little
can
bits
work
and
out,
pieces.
But
I mean,
the UACs you just took, they are pretty expensive.
Yes, I know, but it's worth it because I want it.
Yeah, of course you want it.
It's mine.
I kind of
want
like
it.
I kind of like the part salvage system. They
Me too.
did with.
That is a
with
very good.
ammo.
That is a very good strategy, Fiora. Like, yeah, I only got paid, enough to refill 1 ammo bin, but I got this cool mech that I don't need.
Okay, yes.
Oh yeah, the
25
Mackie
level again.
is from one of the mods that we're
Yep.
running.
The good old Mackie. This one's pimped out too. It has an XL engine, 300, 3 PPCs, a heavy rifle, targeting computer, Guardian ECM, gyro for extra mobility, endo, double heat sinks. It's
I
nice.
mean, it's just a Mackie replica actually, because it has modern structure and stuff.
Oh, and it doesn't have the crotch guns.
Yeah, it doesn't have. The
And
crotch
it doesn't have the crotch guns now. Instead, it has Tommy guns.
for that tummy tuck.
Well,
All right,
still
we're
better
gonna-
than that Jupiter we ran into.
All right, now I have a Marauder 2 as well, which I need to fix up.
Yeah,
I have the King Crab and the
there
Marauder
is
2
a
now.
suspicious hole in the middle of the mech
Shh, don't worry about that.
where the whole torso and the head is
Don't.
supposed to be.
Don't worry
That's-
about it.
That's perfectly normal. We don't talk about it.
Per standard BPL policy, don't worry about it.
Yeah. The Gigi Man, welcome.
Hello, Digi.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, the Atlas 2. I definitely I pimped it out too, so it's even meaner and badder than. Here, I'll show you some of these. So the Atlas DDC, which is a dual cockpit, this is actually a command training mech. So technically speaking, you could actually fit 2 people in this mech.
Oh yes, the
That's the
7DH.
thing about
Yeah.
BattleTech.
Burst
Theoretically,
fire, assault
a
fist,
double
assault
cockpit
claymore.
mech would be more efficient, wouldn't it? You have a pilot and a gunner.
Yep. Well, and the great thing about the double cockpit mechs is that they both earn experience. So you can have like an elite mech, and you put in a green
Yeah.
pilot, and you train them up. And
Yeah.
Oh, that's clever.
it is, and you use all the rolls for the higher of the 2 pilots. So, yeah, it's a really nice mech. But if you get a headshot, you lose 2 pilots instead of 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, you still kind of do. And let's not forget, the head is not very well armored.
Oh, that still takes. That always takes me back to one of the first times I tried to run an intro game for a friend of mine. I was trying to get interested in BattleTech, and I hadn't really prepared for it or anything. So we're using like quarters to measure inches. We're doing a very rough and ready version of the old miniatures rules as they were at the time. This was back when it was still classic BattleTech, and because I had just brought some stuff for a game with someone else, and that had finished, and I wanted to introduce this guy. So I'm just like, well, what do I have in my bag here? I've got a Mad Cat, and I've got a Fafnir.
11.762. Thanks for the $6.90. I appreciate it,
okay,
my
I'll
man.
make this work. All right, here you go. You take the Fafnir. It's big and slow, but if you can get at all close to me, you can just erase me.
The Fafnir is the one with the dual heavy gauze, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah.
And that was actually a fairly new thing at the time.
Yeah.
I think they had just released the miniature for it, the previous year or something. But
I remember when they introduced it, it was our community were, what the fuck is this?
What?
Yeah. But so it's like, okay, so we're gonna each take turns, and so he gets to walk up, but he's not in range of me. And I'm like, well, I'm starting out all the way over here, and I have these long-range missiles, so I can try to shoot you as I'm closing. Showing him the basic tactics and explaining the thing. And somehow I roll nothing but boxcars.
Ouch.
It's just 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12.
Yeah.
30 LRMs all cluster in the cockpit.
Ow.
Ouch.
It's like, that's not supposed to happen.
That reminds me.
Okay, let's just pretend this didn't happen.
Yeah. Yeah, that reminds me of my first clan game myself. We made a little clan league, basically. And I had my so-called position test in I think it was a Warhawk. For whatever reasons, I got a Warhawk and against a guillotine. And the first exchange of fire, I dropped 2 PPCs in the head of the guillotine. And no, not guillotine. What name? It's the wrong mech. Guillotine is an IS mech. It's the Man of War.
Executioner? Man of War?
No, not Man of War. What's the clan? I don't remember.
Executioner, I think.
Mm,
Might be. Or I might be wrong.
Might be. I'm not entirely sure.
To be honest,
I think it was
still...
an 85 tonner. But first exchange of fire at, I think, 12 range or something like that, because it was an
Oh no,
urban
that's Gladiator.
map. And
Mhm.
those PPCs, bam, right center in the head. I'm done, and and the other guy was, hell damn, one would have been more than enough. And I'd say, so, yeah, I know, but I fired both of them.
Yes, but I shot you with regret.
Yeah. And then we had a little exhibition match in a
Oh.
shop near us, and what a big battle map. We had, I think, about 20 mechs each side, and one of the first exchange of fire similar. They had a Victor on the other side, and we one of our side shot a PPC from either Battlemaster or a Thunderbolt. I'm not entirely sure. And bam, headshot. And one of the more dangerous mechs on the other side was dead. Just dead in the first two turns.
Dang.
Yeah, it was just glorious.
That's always a
And
good
also-
feeling, though.
Yeah. Also, never use a Hunchback G against me, especially if I'm running large lasers. It's uncanny whenever there's a Hunchback G on the field and I have a large laser mech. The damn large laser will find the 2 ammo bins. With such an uncanny precision, it's crazy.
Well, that's always a good
I
feeling.
don't know why. Maybe because they tend to show me their backs or something like that, but the amount of hunchbacks I took out with a large laser just because they exploded is crazy.
It's a good feeling, though.
It's a perfect feeling. And then one of our players, he likes to play AC-20s. I don't really like them because I find them too unwieldy. But he has the problem with his AC-20s. He can only ever hit with it if it's a hit to 8. If it's a hit to 7, he will not hit. If it's a hit to 9 or more, he will not hit. It must be hit to 8, and then the AC-20 will hit.
Nice.
Yeah, there are some crazy things happening in my gaming group when it comes to that.
Now we need a paint job.
Also, some funny things I discovered about me is I really like large lasers in the tabletop. But when it comes to the Mechwarrior games, for some reason prefer the PPCs.
I'm the
Have
opposite.
much better time handling PPCs than large lasers. I don't know why. Probably because I'm a crap pilot, and PPCs are more forgiving.
Yeah, see, I'm like the complete opposite. I much prefer PPCs on tabletop, and in the game, I love me some large lasers.
See, I like PPCs on the tabletop. I don't like them quite as much in Mechwarrior, just because you have to start calculating lead time.
Yeah, I can lead like a madman, so.
I have not much problem with leading either. It's especially in Mechwarrior.
Well, it's
in
when you
Mechwarrior
have
5.
it's when you have like 3 different weapons that all have different velocities,
Mhm.
and you're trying to calculate a lead for the target that will get all 3 to hit when you're like doing a full volley.
Yeah,
E-
I get that,
Yeah.
but that's why I always keep my weapons similar. I try not to.
Yeah, but sometimes you want to make an alpha strike. I do understand that.
Yeah, it's if you want to Alpha Strike, that's when it gets to be a problem.
I mean, when do you not
Yeah.
want to Alpha Strike?
Almost never.
But there are occasions where you do.
Ooh, we got raided again by Team Plinket. Plinket. Welcome, gentlemen. Welcome to more Mechwarrior and Battletech 5 on the Rosselhog. We're working our way to the Rosselhog. Eventually, it'll happen.
We'll get there soon. Eventually.
Don't worry, the
At some
Rosselhog
point,
is
hopefully.
coming. It'll be there. I'm just gonna keep.
But in the
this
meantime, we get to have fun with all the new features that the DLC added. So it's
Yeah.
not a total loss.
No.
An interesting thing is, I read about the AI behavior,
Uh-huh.
and there are some hard-coded things in it. For instance, there are basically three base behaviors, and one of it is
Ooh, piece of candy.
get all weapons into optimal range.
Formation, Commander.
Nice.
The problem is if you have weapons with different optimal ranges, it picks the optimal range for the lowest of the optimal ranges.
I just
That's
keep shooting.
why.
I just shoot everything all the time.
Yeah, no, it's for the AI, and that's why the AI is so bad at handling mechs that have vastly different weapon loadouts.
That is a Mackie, the Night Monarch. You bet. He's a pretty big. He's a badass. You want to take a look at him? See him? Where is? Okay, there he is. Yeah, that's my Mackie. He has 3 PPCs and he has a heavy rifle on that thing and a bunch of other disgusting goodies. That is an Atlas II. That is an Atlas DC double cockpit for a command mech. I am in a pimped out awesome. It is.
And you got a little friend with you.
Yeah, we got some friends because we're fighting 2 other enemy lances, which I'm not too worried about.
Oh yeah, it's the 8v8
Yeah, it's 8v8.
mission. Funny thing, I did one where I only had access to 3 mechs that were feasible for the mission, and it downgraded to 6v6.
Huh.
Actually.
Hey, they have a Mackie, I could tell, and
Yeah.
a couple of Warhammers.
Yeah.
Oh, hammer hands.
Oh,
Oh wow.
I had a friend who loved using those.
Yeah, one of ours is also a big fan of the hammerhands. I mean, it's actually
It's not a bad
decent
design. It's not a bad design. I mean,
75
especially.
ton max with 2 AC-10s and jump jets. Yeah.
Yeah.
hell.
Banshee.
And it's not even that slow too. So
Yeah, I mean, especially considering that it was supposed to be one of the really early specialty designs.
yeah.
It's not bad.
Rather than
Then again, it was
much out
one
of-
that kind of got retconned into existence, but yeah, whatever.
Yeah. According to lore, it never really got out of prototype
Taking a nap.
status.
Well, it was one of the ones that, late in the Jihad and then in the Dark Age, people started pulling out all of the old prototype and primitive designs.
Yeah.
Enemy mech destroyed.
Nice.
Package.
Which
Another
I don't know.
Mackie.
That's one of the things I've always found a little odd. But
What's that?
in the BattleTech lore, the primitive and retro tech
Yeah.
Renaissance.
In the Dark Ages.
Yeah.
I mean, they explain it in the Dark Ages
They-
that
they-
they
they do,
lost
but
even
it's-
more industrial capacity compared to even the Succession Wars.
Yeah.
For reasons. And then you
I
have
mean,
all
I know
those strange...
I know they came up with an explanation for it. It
yeah,
just
yeah, but
it
then
never
you have the strange
quite
mix
made sense
between
to me.
high tech, between really high tech, and also the primitive tech right next to it.
Yeah,
It's a
So-
very strange mix.
They are, yes.
it's like, okay, so you're using a primitive mech design with a primitive structure, primitive armor,
Yeah.
but you're loading it with clan ERP PCs and double heat sinks.
Yeah. It's something like
Why?
that.
Why?
Why not?
Because you can.
Well, if you right, but if you have the ability to get clan ERP PCs and double heat sinks and all that, can't you
Then you
get
don't need
like a
primitives.
decent structure and armor to go with it?
Yeah, because you dumped all your money in the clan tech.
Yeah.
I
and
guess.
you didn't have enough money to get a decent mech, so you had to do with the primitive stuff.
It's true.
Yeah, so it's just like, well, we blew all our money on clan tech, so I guess we have to
To do with what got.
just weld some I-beams together for the internal structure.
Some big old
And
fists.
Gary over there found all these old floor plates we can use, and I guess we'll call it good.
There were tripods in the jihad?
There were.
Yes.
Oh,
technically,
God.
technically, the Republic's Ares program grew out of some of the secret Word of Blake super tech nonsense.
And then you got the super heavy mechs in the jihad. There were 150 and more tons.
Yeah, those.
Well, they were supposed to be, like, they were trying to build them in the jihad
yeah.
period, but they couldn't really get them to work, and then it was only afterwards that the Republic sort of secretly stole all their stuff and built them.
They were all like tee-hee.
I mean, they were the winners, of course. They steal the stuff. Wouldn't have done the same, but still,
I mean,
the
I
Mega Mechs were
yeah.
stupid.
Yeah, I steal all the stuff even when I'm not the winner.
Yeah. I mean, just the idea, because the way
That is
the
a sword
engine-
atlas, you bet. I'm gonna hit things with this sword. It also has a nullification field on it, so they can't sensor lock me. So missiles, unless dummy fire directly at me, can't hit me effectively. Yeah, I would show you.
Yeah, but only traditionally, Knight. Because if you, even if you're not the winner, get to the salvage first, it's yours.
Right, but kind of the point
You
is,
just need to be fast enough not to be caught by the winners.
yeah, that's the hard part. Oh no,
Yeah.
is this one of the new infiltration missions?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's prevent base destruction.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then they had this new mission type where you're supposed to do like stealthy reconnaissance.
Yeah, I've done those. They're okay. Wait, we lost already?
Yeah,
I
did.
always have terrible luck with them.
One of those
Because
two,
they
what's
always-
happening?
They always put like 6 mechs right on top of the objective I have to get to. It's like, god damn it.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess they destroyed.
Oh, okay.
Whoops.
Okay,
That was fast.
that's what she said.
Yeah, I think they were expecting you to drop with something a little bit faster.
Even if I had the fastest mech in the game, there's no way I could have gotten there in time.
No, even with a flea or a locust, you would have gone there
I don't know.
fast enough.
Or my
Herbie
lamb.
Yeah, your
Well-
Herbie Lamb might have worked.
Though you could have gotten fast enough if you used the time dilation,
That's true. That's true. I mean,
because then you are 5 times faster.
I'm guessing a lot of the people here currently have not seen the Irby lamb. I mean, do I need to pull this thing out, I guess?
I think you do.
I think
it's
you
kind
do,
of a
yes.
tradition at this point.
Yeah. I mean, it just has to happen now.
Funny thing is, one of the first missions I played after last week I encountered a Nerby lamb in my enemy with the enemy, and I was okay. Great.
What are you gonna do? Shoot me? Says the guy who gets shot.
So, and now I'm a few more missions in.
What are you
and I
going to
have,
do?
I think
Murder me?
around
Man,
5 or so of the LAM modules lying around. And I
Thundercap
thought to
Sasquatch,
myself, maybe
when I find it.
should put them into my medium max. Don't know if it works.
Lambs are rare.
Thunderclap, that will be whenever Bishop Steiner gets really, really bored and
Yeah.
runs out of good April Fool's joke ideas.
Yeah, they're rare. It's so I've only seen.
Well, no,
uh,
Stassi was suggesting an Atlas Lamb.
yeah, I'm saying they're rare. Like I've only seen Irby lambs and locust lambs so far, but I know I've seen
Yeah.
other lambs, so it's just been a long time.
No, I'm not entirely sure. I think I saw another lamb, but I'm not entirely sure what it was. But as I said, I now have 5 or so lamb modules lying
Oh,
around.
you picked the perfect mission to pull the Irby Lamb out.
Yeah, demolish base.
Well, yeah, but they started dropping artillery on him immediately.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, aha! What are you going to do? Try to shoot me with a howitzer? I can fly.
And I can run through your guns.
Yes, but then that
One
means
thing-
they're
yeah,
dropping
one thing I
artillery
don't
on their
like,
artillery.
about the game is if you run through things, it doesn't damage your mech.
It does if you run over things.
Yeah, if you stomp on tanks, it does. But if you run through buildings and or these cannons, it does not. And
Well, it depends how
to be
fast
fair,
you're going.
it should.
It depends on how fast you're going and how much you weigh. Because it won't do damage, but you
can't
in the
run
lighter
through
weight
all-
classes, you just
all
can't
stuff,
run through
yeah.
things.
Yeah, that's right. But you don't get damaged. But if
yeah.
my TNT rules, my tabletop rules right, it damages your mech if you run into a building.
Reverend Kalama, unfortunately, only Tex and Lone Wolf can tell us that. And they may have been the ones to do it and are just keeping quiet about the incident.
Wait, what's the question?
The question was, you're telling me no one on Van Zant took an Atlas and strapped 50 JADOs on while drunk.
Yeah.
It's like, I can't rule it out, but the only people who can tell us exactly what does and does not happen on Van Zant are Lone Wolf and Tex.
What happens on Van Zant stays on Van Zant.
Yeah, and you know how it is with Van Zandt. No one can get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Save
they
for
took
those
their
who are
HPG
already
away
there,
too.
that cannot get away.
Well, they did take their HPG away as well.
Yeah, that too. And mind your pirate and jump points.
Yep. Well, I mean, to be fair, it is kind of justified after the Fiesta Pale incident.
Hey,
I mean,
it was delicious.
theoretically, you could discover a new pirate point, I think. If I remember correctly.
Lore-wise, pirate points are constantly forming and disappearing because
Yeah.
they are very brief alignments in the gravitational fields of the various moving things in a solar system.
Yeah. And I'm not entirely sure what the topography of the Van Zandt system is.
It's system-like.
We can reasonably assume that there is a star and at least one planet orbiting it.
There is or is not stars or things in the Van Zant locale. There is at least one Golden Corral.
Yeah, but there's always a golden corral.
So, all right. So speaking of Golden Corral, we were using my nephew and I were using the the AI program to make Van Sant Militia and Golden Corral memes and stories. Oh, it's beautiful.
Grimos, please quote Fezbearer. We need that quote. I don't know if you saw the...
Not yet.
Saw it. Oh, slaps 50 rockets on a mech. Welcome to Discount Dan's Discount Lamb dealership.
Well, that's the Blake box. Oh, look! A longbow.
Ooh, nice. Longbow. Let's see. Oh, Comskink, you have walked in, a couple of people hanging out and chatting while AK Lone Wolf does some crazy things in Mechwarrior 5.
Woo! We're driving a lamb, baby!
I mean, it does also sort of have unlimited jump jets.
Not quite. I mean,
Not quite, but also not.
I mean,
Well,
if you think about it, it has flight time, which is probably closer to like 10 minutes. Which is like not very reasonable for a flight like an aircraft.
So, Wolf, you are kind of an expert on this. Can you put the LAM module into normal mechs, or do you need a LAM mech for it?
So I do have, that's a good question. I do have LAM parts. Let's try.
Yeah, because I remember the first time you took it out, I think you'd run into a problem
even
where...
if it doesn't work as a LAM, then you have pretty decent, you have a pretty strong jump jet with extreme burn times. I'd say so. Might not be a bad idea.
We can give it a shot. My little laser's trying to do work.
Digiman, yes, we passed 800 during Tex and Dep's stream on Monday.
800 what?
Quotes.
800 quotes.
Oh, nice.
Looking back through my archive, number 800. Oh, I'm sorry, I went too far. She's wearing shoes. She's reasonable. Very reasonable. Tex during the weird octopus fight in Metal Gear Solid 4.
The lady fights in Metal Gear 4.
Ladies
in quotation marks.
Well, it's a Kojima game. Things happen.
True.
Roland Knight, it is the Urban Mech Lamb.
That is the Urban Mech Lamb, yeah.
Which started as a April Fool's joke by Bishop Steiner for his Patreon, and has kind of gotten out of control now.
It is beautiful.
It's...
Eventually, I hope to put in an Arrow 4 on it.
Yes. Okay, that would be the ultimate evolution of a Urban Mech Lamb. If we're really going to go full stupid with artillery.
Heck yeah. Alright, so let's look. What do we have here?
So the question is, into what does the Urban Lamb transforms once it gets into full-on Aerofighter mode?
It's a good question.
Oh, hold on, I'm in his Patreon, so I can just go and look it up.
Ping him.
Oh, I'm not gonna bother the guy. I can just go and look up the original post. Because he did full art for it and everything.
That sounds fun though.
Oh, I missed him putting out all the renders for all of his redesigns. For those of you who are not aware, Bishop Steiner actually now does official work for Catalyst.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I call
Um,
okay, so the lamb thruster kits have to be put on
on Max, yeah.
Land Max, yeah.
I seen that.
And so
That's a shame.
yeah, there's a current problem with the lamb mechs though, in the sense that the lamb locust doesn't have slots for jump jets. And so it actually, like, once you take them off or they get broken, you can no longer make
Oh.
it work.
Okay, that's sad.
oh yeah, that's the problem you ran into last time.
Yep.
And for reference, for those who have access, April 1st, 2020 is the official birth of the Irby Lamb. And it does have a full Aerofighter mode, where the head sort of flips up horizontal,
Okay.
and the body sort of extends out behind it with some big jet intakes.
Nice.
Great. So they actually made
It-
a Irby Lamb cannon.
No, it is not canon.
Shush.
Oh, too bad.
But it has become sufficiently popular with the fans that pretty much everyone ends up making a mod for it as soon as possible.
Of course.
Yeah.
As is tradition.
I have my own feelings about that, and whatever. People can make their choices.
You can have feelings, it's okay.
I'm just gonna let people have their fun, and I'm just gonna go sit over to the other side.
So I could replace this UAC 5 with a Thunderstroke, and I'm very tempted.
Do it. Why would you not do it?
Oh, I am.
Oh, good. Well, then that problem is solved then. Ah, yes. What is a Thunderstroke Gauss rifle?
I don't know, we're gonna find out though.
Not enough
How
free
many-
slots.
How many free slots does it take?
8, possibly.
Alright, we'll pull off a heatsink.
There you go.
I might not have ammo for it though. Nope, no ammo for it. Dagnabbit.
Oh, I
Well,
wanted to see. I kind of wanted to see what would happen. Oh well.
that's okay. I can put something else on here. Like a sniper artillery piece. I'd have to strip some things off, but I could make it work.
Okay, a 70-ton Urban Lord with Gauss rifle and launcher. That sounds crazy too.
A scrap cannon, huh? I don't have any ammo for this either. Dang it.
Oh.
Stop ruining my fun, game.
Stop being a jerk, game. Give
I mean,
him ammo.
These things are
Oh, even worse.
these things are disgusting. These CC cannons.
Oh yeah, the cheat weapons.
These aren't cheat. They just
No, they are cheat weapons. That's why they are costing 10 million and above.
Yeah. Don't you know the
I mean,
cheapest
look
weapons
at the stats. It's
in the
just
periphery?
crazy.
yeah, but if it jams forever. Fine.
That sucks.
Granted.
Then again, periphery
It-
pirate
Yeah.
stuff. What are you gonna do?
Eh,
I could put a heavy
Oh,
rifle
you
on.
have. You have a clan. LBX.
Yeah, I see that. I think I'm gonna sell it because it's not time to use that.
Not yet. Not
Let's see,
yet,
how is that
yes.
UAC? Okay. How about
No, Digiman, the Urban Emperor is the 100-ton one.
I thought that was the suburban mech. Oh no, wait, never mind. That's the one with all the PPCs.
here you go. I put three light rifles in it. We'll see how that one works. Yeah, that seems fun. And repair all. Yeah, that's fine. That'll be
I
interesting.
mean, all the hype around the Urban mech is... It's a decent mech, in my opinion, if you can discount the extreme slowness of it, but...
Well, no,
I mean-
there's the suburban mech.
I mean, so we also have
Sorry.
we have other mechs
Yeah,
with like
suburban mech, great.
yeah, one of our urban mech builds we have is very fast. We put a very big engine in it, and it hurts things.
Yeah.
We also have
I mean, the idea of making a light mech slow to put a big gun in it isn't that bad.
yeah, the hot rodder. We also do another variant with putting 2 light PPCs in it. Those things are mean.
Ouch. Yeah.
It's fast and hits things, and it pops, hits, and runs. That, and when it runs away, it can turn all the way around and shoot while it's running away.
Yes, yes. Oh,
Yes,
works.
the suburban mech. Well, there's actually 2 of them. There's the UMR90, which was originally introduced in Battle Technology magazine in 1992, and that one was spec'd to be able to reach 54 kph. Carries a PPC, 2 medium lasers, and a small laser. Has an increased jump range and carries 13 single heat sinks. That was considered apocryphal for quite a while, but the Urban Warfare expansion recanonized it. Then there is the R100 suburban mech, which was a prototype developed during the Clan invasion that was supposed to use a 120 rated engine to reach 64 kph, 4 jump jets, 10 double heat sinks,
Yeah, it has
and
pretty
would
good
have
armor.
had an ERPPC, and otherwise matched the armament of the R90.
Yeah, the fast
it's
derby
got-
mechs are pretty good, pretty tough. Another one we have is because these ones go fast. I mean, like we're talking higher, faster than 120 kph. So they're fast mechs.
Yeah, and Basilius, it has basically the same. So the R90 has more or less the same armor as a standard urban mech. The R100 had 6.5 tons of armor, which is actually slightly more armor than the standard R60 model by about
Yeah,
an
don't
extra
the
half ton.
standard Urban mechs have like 5.5 tons?
6 tons for the R60.
No, the question is it worth to put the extra half ton on it? Because I don't know if it's not already close to maximum.
No, you got to make them go fast, need ass. You give them a light engine, you give them Endo and Pharaoh, and then you put the biggest fucking engine you can slap on that thing. And once you've done that, then you put whatever guns you can put on it.
The thing about armor is it's a pet peeve of mine when I see a mech that has a half a ton armor extra just to get a single point of armor in the tabletop. I'm just... Why?
Yeah,
Doesn't make
occasionally,
sense.
occasionally, some of those designs get a little silly with that. It's like, slap on an extra small laser and call it a day.
If you're not getting silly, then, you know, what are you doing with your life?
For instance, one of the mech it's where it is the D version of the Warhammer, where
Oh,
they take away the machine guns and the SRM for extra armor, and I think to myself, why for a single point of armor put extra armor on it? It doesn't make sense.
It's not quite that bad. You do get more than a point
it
per
is
half.
exactly 1 point of armor for the last half ton. It's... For me, it's mind-baffling. As Wolf said, yeah, put just an extra small laser on it. Or
Wow,
upgrade one of
everyone
the
thinks
short laser,
everyone thinks
small
I'm
lasers to a medium. It's much better that way, but yeah.
You are the second person to think that I am AK Lone Wolf in the last hour.
Sorry. Yeah, I confused your voices and...
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, I'll talk like this, that way you'll know. And that way, whenever I'm stomping and my awesome, you'll be like, oh, that's awesome. Just don't, you know, shit my pants again, because I don't like it when people go shit my pants. Shit your own pants.
Hey,
Grandpa
Hunter.
Lone Wolf, can you tell us more about fighting the Moon Kaiser?
I fought the Moon Kaiser, and he took my pudding pops, and I would not let him. And that's why I replaced his pudding pops with sauerkraut again, and I showed him like 3 times, and he didn't like that. Even though he likes it. Because it's all, you know, stringy and a surprise.
Yes, Tamaggio, AK is the one actually playing the game. We
Yes, sir.
were going to try to do a co-op session, but we ran into some
Mod
issues with
issues.
mods and nonsense that wasn't letting the rest of us actually join in properly. So we decided to
compromised
just
and
hang
just
out
hang out.
and chit-chat. Yes, it was unfortunate.
Ooh, this is a
and
clan
also-
mech.
Ooh. Oh, that's that new Hellcat thing.
Oh, Hellcat.
Well, hopefully that is salvageable.
Nope.
It
No.
didn't explode.
Clans
so
aren't
it
here yet,
won't-
so I'm not gonna salvage any clan tech.
Oh.
There'll be clans soon enough. Don't worry, fellas.
Yeah. I mean, it's the Hellcat.
I mean, technically there are clans already in the inner sphere. You just don't know it.
Right. Yeah.
We don't talk
And
about
they
that.
already have clan tag with them.
And also, actually, for no apparent reason, the main character, the protagonist's father in Mechwarrior 5 is also a clanner,
Oh yeah, that thing.
which is really weird because it makes
really
no sense
stupid,
with
yeah.
the... Well, it also makes no sense with the tie-in novels that they specifically, like, paid for.
So they didn't talk about it with their writers.
Well, they didn't talk about it with... I'm
Anybody.
pretty sure it was Michael Stackpole that they hired for it, too.
Oh wow. They hired Stackpole.
Yeah.
Oh, that's stupid.
I
That's stupid.
think it was. I know Harebrained Schemes had him do the novella
Yeah,
trilogy.
they did Harebrained. I mean, Wiseman and Stackpole are good friends, from what I've
Oh
heard.
yeah, I mean he's worked with them for ages.
Yeah.
I like
I
Stackpole
saw
well
the
enough.
interview they
Oh, yeah.
or the podcast Text did with
Yeah,
Pardo
Tex did
and
that
Stackpole,
podcast with him.
but they talked
Um,
about how they did the whole the whole process behind the books, and
Fuck trees. Lorax, come out. I challenge you to a bachaw. You speak for the trees, and I speak with PPCs.
no, what Stackpole and Pardo said, how they managed the whole background lore work for BattleTech was awesome.
yeah,
More
no,
companies should do that. Have
especially with a setting like this where you're supposed to be
Yes.
trying to tie all this stuff together.
imagine Disney would have done that with Star Wars. We would have had some sequels by now, wouldn't we?
Well, some that actually
And not-
made sense.
I
and
mean,
were terrible.
they did one good movie, yes, with the prequel one, with Rogue One, but I mean, Solo wasn't that great,
Yeah. Rogue One was good.
and first
And then
season
I
of
didn't
Mandalore
really-
was okay.
That was kind of the last one that I watched.
I enjoyed
I,
them.
I mean, Solo was okay.
I mean,
Solo was okay, yeah. It
I-
was.
I
Well,
wasn't a
it,
huge fan
it
of
was
Solo.
more. It was more for the like stunt set pieces than the rest of it.
And to be
What's his
fair,
name? Donald
most
Glover that
people-
they had playing Lando Calrissian.
yeah, Dong Lover.
Yeah, he actually did a pretty good job.
Yeah, I mean, I think the acting was fine. It's just it should have been better.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Should've been better,
Overall,
and
it
they
didn't,
had the problem.
It didn't land well.
Yeah.
They had a massive problem that there was already established lore for
Thanks,
Han
Gavir.
Solo's background. Granted, it's so-called legends, so it's
Yeah.
not it was not canon, but most people who are into Star Wars know the Han Solo books, and
I
they
don't.
expected something like that, and they did nothing of it. They
So-
have nothing.
I really haven't read a whole lot of the Star Wars books, honestly.
Oh,
I
some of
mean,
the-
back in the late '90s when they were doing all the expanded universe stuff, that was actually one of the first places I ever read a Michael Stackpole book, because he wrote a bunch of those.
The first one I read was BattleTech for Stackpole.
I'm not entirely sure, but I think my first Stackpole was one of the Star Wars books. Could be that it was one of the BattleTech books, I'm not entirely sure. I started reading both of those probably at the same time. And Theniteowl, yeah. There are talks for either an X-Wing series or an X-Wing movie. And I think they are in talks of getting Stackpole
Oh, they've
on it
been
for it.
rumoring that for a long time. Oh, and you
Yeah.
know what? I'm sorry, I was wrong. The series of tie-in novellas that they commissioned was Randall Bill's.
Oh. Yeah, but that's still
Yeah,
bad.
no,
Because he's one of the three big writers for BattleTech, so...
yeah.
Wasn't wasn't Bills also one of the FastTrack founders?
I don't
I'm not
think
sure if I'm
so.
if I'm on the right there.
He did work at FASA as the assistant line developer for BattleTech since the mid-90s. He was also the guy that founded In Media Res, who owns Catalyst Games Labs.
Oh yeah,
And he is,
something like that. Yeah,
and he's been the BattleTech line, the senior line developer.
yeah,
for
he was
BattleTech
assistant
since,
line
like,
developer. Yeah.
2000. So he's been somewhere
He's very
in the line.
deep in BattleTech. Yes.
Yeah, he's been part of the BattleTech development team since 1996. So he's been doing it for close to 30 years.
Yeah, and
Sounds
he's
about right.
one of the most. He is.
In fact, he's
Wait.
probably been doing it for longer
Than
than
most
some
others,
of,
yeah.
some of our viewers are have been on this planet. So
Maybe.
Not for me, but
well,
I can see that.
it's just even most of the streamers on WBPL. When I find out how old they are, I'm like, oh god, stop making me feel old.
Yeah,
And
got
I'm not that
feeling.
old.
No,
I'm not that old, but
I was really surprised when I listened to the
stretch.
BPL podcast and
Oh.
discovered that Tex is younger than me.
Yeah, Tex is about the same age as me.
I'm
he
about the same
sounds-
age as well.
Yeah, he sounds like he's 50, but he's barely 40.
Okay,
It's
that's a stretch.
it's the cigars.
stretch.
And thank you,
Whiskey.
Gaver, for reminding me that my posture is terrible. I have confirmed that it is still terrible. So
Yep.
Yeah.
Death from above. Kavera, I don't have any mechs at the moment, but I will. We will do a death from above. I'll bring my Highlander next and we'll bury someone.
there we go.
The funny thing about the ages, I don't feel as being as old as I am.
I mean, you never do
But-
until you do.
Other than the occasional back pain that plagues everyone who's past his 40s and doesn't
Comskink,
keep him.
that is not
keep
for us
himself
to
in shape.
say.
What's the question?
How old is Tex?
Yeah.
Um,
He's mentioned it before. He said it on the podcast and stuff. but
He
I-
said it on the podcast. I think he's not even 40 yet.
He
Something
has
like
he
that.
has he has dropped various hints as to his age.
Yeah, in one of the earliest podcasts, he flat out said, "Yeah, my 30-something birthday was last week, and now we're making a podcast basically around that."
Yeah, I mean it's he. Well, it's
So,
I don't think he's
I'm
ever gone
pretty
and
sure he's
explicitly
not
said
yet
exactly,
40.
but you can. I know that I'm within about a year of him, so
Oh, okay.
Tex likes his privacy.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
let's give him that. It's I
I
completely understand.
I
that.
only pieced it together at all from him dropping some hints, and I'm like, oh, that's why I understand your culture references.
I also understand his reluctancy to show himself on camera.
Ties.
He has reasons.
We actually calculated exactly how old Grandpa Tex has to be, depending on what year you are in BattleTech Advanced.
Yep.
But it does work out to be close to about 2000.
You see, Grandpa Tex is a series of clones, interbred, and now they're cousins. We're all Grandpa Tex here.
We know that he was old enough to fight the Kaiser in World War One. So, and then go on to fight the Moon Kaiser in Moon War One.
Damn Moon War 1, it was a tough time for everyone in the moon trenches.
Sassy, a great many people were old enough to be threatened by John Moses Browning. Technically, there are people still alive today who are still being threatened by John Moses Browning.
I threaten people all the time with Mr. Browning.
Yeah,
the smack
basically
slaps.
my introduction to the BPL as a whole was Tex Mechwarrior 5 Mad Lad videos.
So
I couldn't stop laughing.
I actually got introduced to Tex from Space Station 13. And then I saw his BattleTech videos, and I watched those. I'm like, oh, those are cool. It was back when he had 20,000 subscribers. Is when I joined the Legion.
Yeah. I like his Space Station 13 stuff, but to be fair, I could not play that game anymore.
So
it's just all the quality of life features modern games have are so damn ingrained into me. I have troubles playing old games anymore.
So the BPL, at some point, we're working on making our own Space Station 13 station, which is going to be the Beeple station.
Ah, neat.
That is in the works somewhere. I can't give you anything more information, but it's gonna happen at some point. We've had tests and things like that, so.
What do you reckon would his average lifetime be?
Average lifetime? Lifetime? What?
Lifetime.
Of what?
For the station.
The average
The
lifetime
station.
of the station.
An hour.
Okay.
That really? That long? I'm impressed.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised too. From what I've heard from Tax during his Space Station 13 videos, is you can get the station core overloaded within minutes.
I've had games that last like 6 hours on Space Station 13. And I've had ones that lasted 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So I would say an hour is a good Space Station 13 run.
That's fair. I mean,
usually like Colonial Marines is almost always an hour, sometimes two.
yeah, Colonial Marines, it's really hard to get it over an hour.
Yeah.
Just because if you have remotely competent aliens, there's only one way it ever ends, really.
Yeah. I played a lot of Alien. I like
I mean,
the Isle of Mouse.
I know Texas shown at least one or two runs where they did actually, the Marines did actually win, or at least mostly survive, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, the last time I played as a Marine, I dropped down in a hot drop on the LZ. I got immediately melted, and like my legs and arms were crippled. I got unconscious. I spent the next like 45 minutes being patched up, and they eventually evac'd me. And I was in med bay, and basically what happened is everyone got wiped out on the planet, and so there's only like 8 of us left on med bay. And so like I'm barely alive, and one of the guys walks up and puts a pistol in my hand, and he's like, "Get ready, they're coming!" And because med bay is right next to where the ships are coming in. And so he just kind of drags us and lines us all up, and he's like, all right, guys, just point in that direction. When they land, just unleash hell, because you're our last line of defense. Well, what ended up happening is the fucking aliens screwed up their drop in, and their ships, the shuttle slammed into the ship and blew up and killed all the aliens. And so we won. And so there I am, I'm like, and I watched cause like the explosion stopped like literally the square next to me and like all the other guys, and like we all lived, and we're all just like, and it goes like, you win, hooray, Marines win, and I was just like, oh, wonderful, we won, hooray, we survived, guys.
Yay, go us. We're going to Pizza Champ.
I can see it being that strange.
Yeah, it's fun.
Most of the...
I'd love to play it, but as I said, I probably could not get anything done with the interface and the way the game works.
It has a bit of a learning curve, and
yeah.
I have played it just enough to mostly...
I mean, if I discovered it a bit earlier, I might have gotten my brain work around it, but I'm now just too old to learn that many new stuff, or relearn stuff I already forgot, because it's very old school.
Yeah,
play a game. Wow.
Basically, I tried to teach myself the way to play on the Colonial Marine server from watching Tex's videos, and I have managed to get competent enough at it that I can usually not kill my teammates.
That's at least something.
But I do usually
Maybe
spend
I'd
a
try
fair.
it someday. I don't know. I don't
It's-
know. It's
I do still usually spend a lot of time either apologizing for danger close fire or thanking people for dragging me out of the giant fireball that I got caught in.
Nice. I usually yell at people like, "Stop jumping in front of my gun! What are you doing?
oh yeah.
Who
I
do you
mean that
think you are?"
that does happen occasionally. I think my favorite run was actually one where I got resurrected like 5 times. And somehow for some reason, people kept rescuing me. And I'm like, guys, why? And the last time was they actually managed to charge the hive where I had gotten cocooned
Nice.
and hit with a facehugger. And they dragged me out, like, with covering fire and everything. Like, an absolutely brilliant rescue. And they dragged me back to where they had set up like a temporary fire base, and the medics are working me over. I'm like, guys, I'm not feeling so great.
Yeah.
And then chest burst.
Yeah.
I
like-
remember, one time I was a vampire, and I got taken out, and they turned me into a robot. And so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna make this awkward for everyone. And I'm like, hello, I am Sexatron 2000. I have made for love. Please don't hate me. I love you.
Oh great.
So,
There was also a run where they, for whatever reason, they actually let me become a PMC when they did one of the drops. And I'm just like, okay.
is that a fucking... Oh, okay.
And for whatever reason, the Marines took exception to us being like, hey, we're a bunch of mercenaries that were hired to help you. Please tell us how we can help you. And they're like, no, get off our ship. What the hell are you doing? Like, we're here to help you. Please let us help you. I'm like, no. And so they make us surrender and they throw us in the brig.
In this game.
It's very difficult.
I got him. Death from above.
Oh, almost. Oh, yes!
Did it.
I mean, does
Hey,
it even
DK.
damage?
Yes, it does.
He took damage.
Nearly there, Commander. Approach
Not
Okay.
not a ton because it
Yeah.
counts as collision damage instead of melee, but you did still do damage.
Ah, okay.
ready to start pick up
Oh, that counts as a DFA.
Yeah.
He
Yep.
did in fact stomp on him. It's
recovery now.
the way the Mechwarrior 5 engine works doesn't allow for like proper tabletop style DFAs.
Yeah,
Motherfucker.
also
Because it
doesn't allow
just-
for
it just
charge
That was
counts
really
to-
expensive.
Well, it does actually allow charge damage. So like you grinding your mech up
Yeah, you
against
can
another
run into
mech,
them, but
it just doesn't do a lot of damage.
no, it doesn't do much.
It
damage,
doesn't.
no.
It doesn't do the tabletop style where you like will rip off a limb.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
grinds.
that reminds
It
me,
it
I
just grinds
had-
the armor down a bit.
I had
But
a
it's still-
discussion
it's
on
still a-
Discord about building the perfect charging mech with with Tech 2, and we came up with the fact that I think it was a 54 tonner with mask would be the ideal charging mech, and still has weapons attached. You could go down to 35 tons or so, but then you have basically
Oh, yeah,
no armor,
no.
no weapons. And that
You're
mech would have
you're also
dealt-
losing a fair amount of damage if you drop that far down.
Yeah, but the thing is, you get also a lot of speed out of it, and we
There's that
calculated.
charge. Yeah.
We calculated that the 45 tonner with max engine and mask would be able to deal, I think, 87 damage with charge attack.
Hmm.
So if you be able to drop that all into the center torso, it would insta-core an Atlas.
Damn.
Yeah, the charge rule. Oh no,
Yeah.
no.
I was
And
farting around and trying to
Don't
DFA.
remember exactly, but I think it was.
Well, at least you got a Artemis 4 with SRM.
Yeah, my Atlas.
Might have been a 91418 or something like that
Oh my god.
for its movement.
Oh god, yeah.
It was crazy.
I actually was very, very happy a few weeks ago. I'm in a campaign with some other people from the BPL and the auxiliary, and I lucked into getting my hands on an Atlas 732, and then they gave us some lost tech, so I was able to more or less upgrade it to the 732B standard. And in its very first outing in battle, like the very last thing I managed to do was pull off a DFA attack, and then had to hop off the field because I had a total of like 5 points of structure left between both legs, and two functional actuators.
Okay.
I won't be able to fix these up.
No,
Oof.
doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, that's
They're gonna be out for a while.
Yeah.
Both of them, it seems.
Well, it's really the loss of the engine parts that's going to be the big problem there.
Well,
That is kind of one of the nice things about vanilla Mechwarrior 5 is you don't have to worry about having the right
About
engine and
engines
everything.
And so on,
exactly.
yeah.
But on this note, gentlemen, we're gonna have to call it an evening here. We're already horribly in the hole, which is fine. I'll have to do some shenanigans and make up some money. That's okay. We got a mission here to get some more money. We'll have to sell some stuff, and yeah. You know, I hope you enjoyed your DFA. It cost me like, I don't know, 25 million C-bills. But it was fun. I don't care.
It was fun.
Yeah, it's just a game. It doesn't matter.
It was worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Yeah, no, it's a pleasure to have you
Even
guys
if
come
Thank
on.
you for having
really
us.
help you.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we'll get it to work by next week. We'll fart around and see if we can't get it to work. We'll find out where the problem is.
Hopefully we see you at during the auxiliary stream on Monday.
I'm
At least as a.
I have
at
no
least
idea
as
what
a
that
guest.
is. What stream on Monday? I'm not even familiar. I'm like so out of tune with. If someone doesn't tell me something directly, I'm like, I have no idea what's going on.
Well, on Monday the 27th, there will be the first auxiliary stream. I don't exactly know the details about it.
Uh-huh.
I just heard it here and there during the streams, but there seems to be an auxiliary stream.
Okay, cool.
The
Yeah, I
first
think,
official one.
I think Whacker 007
Yeah,
is,
Whacker
Okay,
is
yeah.
doing something. He's been talking about it a lot. I don't know what it is or what channel he's streaming on or anything else beyond that.
Yeah,
He's been-
only that it is on Monday.
He's
Well,
been dropping the date a lot, so
Cool.
we'll see.
Well, I'll talk to him. I got on my friends list, so yeah, we'll get that figured out. But this was AK Lone Wolf and friends. We got the Night Owl and Falkenstein here. I hope you all enjoyed your wacky Wednesday late night fun on WBPL 76. Y'all have a wonderful evening. Say goodnight,
Thank
gentlemen.
you for coming out, folks.
Or a wonderful morning if you're from Europe.
Yes, yes.
Take care, all.
Thank you, Ken.